All right, what's good, y'all? Let's get right into it because I have spent enough time playing with this audio. So let's get right into it. So I found this little gem online. Okay, make sure you like, share, subscribe. All right, save this video. I found this gem online, and I just want you to listen to it. Okay, and we're gonna go through all of these laws that he mentioned, and to check and see if he's actually telling the truth. So I'm going to mute my mic and play this video real quick.
You know that per 12 USC 1431, banks can't actually loan you any money because they're the borrowers? Did you know that per 42 USC 408, asking for your social security number on any credit transaction or loans because there is no lawful money is a crime? Did you know that per 15 USC 1602G, that we the consumers are the creditors? Did you know that UCC 3-104 explains what a negotiable instrument is and how to use it? Did you know that per 31 USC 5118 that you can discharge all debts and it doesn't even have to be in legal tender anymore? And did you know that after you file a UCC 1 form and set up a foreign trust account after you've authenticated your birth certificate, you have full access to House Joint Resolution 192 and Public Law 7310 for the discharge of debts? Those are the six infinity stones for you to just snap away your problems. You're welcome. So that per 12 USC.
So you heard him. We're going to use these to snap away our problems. So let's see if he's actually telling the truth. Okay. I'm at 12 USC 1431. Let's see what he said.
You know that per 12 USC 1431, banks can't actually loan you any money because they're the borrowers? Did you?
Banks can't loan you money because they are the borrowers. Banks can't loan you money because they are the borrowers. 12 USC Code 1431. Powers and duties of banks. Borrowing money, issuing bonds, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce that shit. General powers. Each federal home loan bank shall have power, subject to rules and regulations prescribed by the director, to borrow and give security therefor, and to pay interest thereon, to issue that bonds or other obligations upon such terms and conditions as the director may approve. So we're going to figure out what this word is.
Debentures.
Debentures. What is a debenture? An unsecured loan certificate issued by a company backed by general credit rather than by specified assets. Okay. So each federal home loan bank, what is a federal home loan bank? Bank. The term federal home loan bank or bank means a bank established under the authority of this chapter. B, bank system. The term federal home loan bank system means the federal home loan banks under the supervision of the director. So it says a bank means a bank established under the authority of this chapter. We are in chapter 12. Let's see what chapter 12 is in the USC code. 12 is oh, Title 12 is banks and banking. So we're in banks and banking. And it looks as though banks are federal home loan banks, which is new to me. But I really don't see anything in here that says that they are the borrowers. It actually says that each bank shall have power subject to rules. They shall have power to borrow and give security, therefore. and to pay interest thereon, and to do all things necessary for carrying out the provisions of this chapter. So we I don't know about what he said. We will have to go through the rest of it. And I don't want to keep you guys here long. I only want to spend about 10 minutes on this video or less. But he basically said that they can't loan you money. Let's see if we can find the word, how many times we can find the word loan. Loan. 56 times we found the word loan. And it's only attached to Federal Home Loan Banks. The director is authorized and empowered to permit or require Federal Home Loan Banks, upon such terms and conditions he may prescribe, to discount the discounted notes of the members held by the banks, or to make loans to, or make deposits with such other banks, to purchase any bonds or debentures issued under this section. So each bank shall have at all times at least an amount equal to the current deposits received from its members invested in the obligations of the United States, deposits in banks, or advances with a maturity not to exceed 5 years. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've heard a lot of times that banks don't do loans, but I think that we could save this for another video while we continue to figure out what the hell this guy is talking about. Loans authorized. Bank loans to the deposit insurance fund. Loans authorized. Banks may make loans to such corporation for the use of the deposit insurance fund. So he may be right. It doesn't look like this has anything to do with the people. It doesn't have much to do with the members as much as it does. It's in between banks transactions. So let's continue, and we will circle back to this. I'll just have to make another video on it while we go through that section.
Know that per 42 USC 408, asking for your social security number on any credit transaction or loan because there is no lawful money is a crime? Did you know that per 50 money is a crime because there any credit transaction for your social security 408? That per 42 USC 408, asking for your social security number on any credit transaction or loan because there is no lawful money is a crime?
Asking for your social security number on an application is a crime, according to 42 USC 408, is what he said. This is the penalties section. It says, whoever, for the purpose of causing an increase in any payment authorized to be made under this subchapter, or for the purposes of causing any payment to be made where no payment is authorized, shall make or cause to be made any false statement or representation as to whether wages were paid or received for employment, whether the net earnings from self-employment were derived, whether a person entitled to benefits had earnings in or for a particular period, makes or causes to be made any false statements or representation of a material fact in any application for any payment for a disability determination, at any time makes or causes to be made any false statement, right, having knowledge of occurrence of any event affecting his, what did he say what are we looking for? Your social security number. Okay, here go one. What section are we even in? Title 42 is for the public health and welfare. We are in public health and welfare. Okay, let's go through this. Uh, let's repeat what he said, because what did he say?
You know that per 42 USC 408, asking for your social security number on any credit transaction or loans because there is no lawful money is a crime? Did you know?
So this doesn't have anything to do with loans. This doesn't have Title 42 has nothing to do with loans. It's public welfare. I mean, let's go back and let's look at Title 42, the public health and welfare. And we are looking, oh, Social Security. There it is. Oh, maybe he's right. It's Social Security. Administration. Okay. Maybe he is onto something. Let's see. I'm not here to debunk. I'm just here to confirm the facts. Okay. We are in 42 US Code 408. Penalties. How did we get to? Okay, it's in chapter 7, which is Social Security. And we are looking for Social Security number. And there's only 3 of them. Whoever, where did I see that? Whoever discloses, uses, or compels the disclosure of the Social Security number of any person in violation of the laws of the United States or conspires to commit any offense described in any of paragraphs 1 through 4. So whoever discloses, uses, or compels the disclosure of the Social Security number of any person in violation of the laws of the United States. So if they ask you, let's see one more time.
Worse, did you know that per 42 USC 408, asking for your social security number on any credit transaction or loans because there is no lawful money is a crime?
Okay, so he's saying that the violation is that there is no lawful money. So whoever is whoever discloses, uses, or compels the disclosure of the social security number of any person, that doesn't make any fucking sense, dude. Whoever discloses, whoever uses, whoever compels the disclosure of the social security number of any person in violation of the United States. Well, how would you know that? How would you know if this person is in violation of the laws of the United States? And then the social security number isn't, that's not lawful money. So I'm not really sure where he's getting that. That doesn't make any sense to me. So let's go do it one more time.
Per 42 USC 408, asking for your social security number on any credit transaction or loans because there is no lawful money is a crime? Did you know that per
Um, yeah, yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me. All right, let's go.
15 USC 1602G that we the consumers are the creditors?
1602G of the consumers, the creditors. Here's 15 US code. We went over this. We have most of all of the definitions for 15 US code in some of my previous videos. But here's G. He says that the consumers are creditors. The term creditor, we have been over this, refers only to a person who both regularly extends credit, consumer credit, A creditor is one who regularly extends consumer credit, or it is someone who is owed a debt. And are we as consumers owed a debt? First of all, I do have to let you know that consumer is an adjective. Consumer is an adjective. I've had you here for 15 minutes already. It's about time to wrap up. Consumer is an adjective. It is not a noun, so it's not describing a thing. It's describing it's describing a thing. It's not the thing, but it is describing a thing. So when you say consumer, you're not a consumer. What you're doing is consumption or consuming, but I mean, they call you consumer just for lack of a better term to describe that action in which you partake in, right? So if we want to say that consumers are creditors, okay, I guess we can say that because a creditor is someone who is owed a debt. And technically, technically, the people are owed a debt. And if the law deems people to be consumers when referring to 15, consumer law, then yes, we would be creditors to the United States because we are owed a debt. What debt are we owed? Executive Order 6102 required all persons to deliver on or before May 1st, 1933, all but a small amount of gold coin, and this is Wikipedia, so that's debatable. All but a small amount of gold coin, gold bullion, and gold certificates owned by them to the Federal Reserve in exchange for $20.67, equal to $467 in 2022. So, um, it was an executive order, and they took all of the gold out of circulation and they put Federal Reserve notes in circulation. And we know that Federal Reserve notes are not backed by gold. They're actually not backed by anything. We know that Federal Reserve notes are a fiat currency. Let me prove it. Are Federal Reserve okay? Most modern paper currency, such as the US dollar, are fiat currencies. What is a fiat currency? It's not backed by physical commodities such as gold or silver. Okay, it's just backed by faith of the people, which they are losing. So, okay, I guess I'm
Did you know
squee eye. Well, I ain't got no problem with you. Let's keep going.
that UCC 3-104 explains what a negotiable instrument is and how to use it? Did you know that per 31
He said UCC 3-104 explains what a negotiable instrument is and how to use it. Negotiable instrument means unconditional promise or order to pay a fixed amount of money with or without interest or other charges. It's payable to the bearer. It's payable on demand. Does not take. So it doesn't really. I don't know if it tells you how to use it. It's payable to the bearer. It's payable on demand. It does not state any other undertaking, or instruction by the person promising or ordering payment to do any act in addition to the payment of money, but the promise or order may contain an undertaking and blah blah blah. Instrument means a negotiable instrument. On instruments are negotiable instruments. Check, cashier's check, teller's check, traveler's check, certificate of deposit. Okay, so it doesn't really tell you how to use it, but it does tell you what it is. Let's keep going.
C 5118 that you can discharge all debts and it Did you know that per 31 USC 5118 that you can discharge all debts and it doesn't even have to be in legal tender anymore? And did you know that after you file a UCC1 form, four explains what a negotiable instrument is and how to use it? Did you know that per 31 USC 5118 that you can discharge all debts and it doesn't even have to be in legal tender anymore?
He claims that it means that you can discharge all debts and don't have to use legal tender. 31 U.S. Code. 31 is money and finance. U.S. Code 5118 gold clause. Okay. Gold clause means a provision and or relating to an obligation alleging to give the obligee a right to require payment in gold, a particular United States coin or currency, or United States money measured in gold, or a particular United States coin or currency. Public debt obligation. Okay, we are in the gold clause. Public debt obligation means a domestic obligation issued or guaranteed by the United States government to repay money or interest. Hmm? The United States government may not pay out any gold coin. A person lawfully holding United States coins and currency may present the coins and currency to Secretary of the Treasury for exchange, dollar for other United States coins and currency other than gold and silver coins that may be lawfully held. The Secretary shall make the exchange under regulations prescribed by the Secretary. The government withdraws its consent to give the government withdraws its consent given to anyone to assert against the government, its agencies or its officers, employees or agents, a claim on a gold clause, public debt obligation, or the interest on the obligation for United States coin or currency, or arising out of the surrender, seizure of the currency, obligations. What did he say? What are we looking for?
Explains what a negotiable instrument is and how to use it. Did you know that per 31 USC 5118 that you can discharge all debts and it doesn't even have to be in legal tender anymore?
Why would he say that? That's not what this says. It says nothing about discharging. Lord. You cannot discharge debts with this. I mean, if you're gonna say, I, I may be able to understand the correlation, but I don't think it's not giving. No. Mm-mm. If anybody can see something that I can't see, let me know. An obligation issued containing a gold clause or governed by a gold clause is discharged on payment, dollar for dollar, in United States coin or currency that is legal tender at the time of payment. This paragraph does not apply to an obligation issued after October 27, 1977. Oops. Did we forget that little tidbit? Did we miss that, sir? Gold clause means a provision in or related to an obligation alleging to give the obligee a right to require payment in gold. Let's plug this into ChatGPT because I like to do that. Translate layman's and that about In simpler terms, a gold clause refers to a part of a legal agreement that allows the person owed money, the obligee, which is the creditor, to request payment in actual gold or a specific type of United States coin or currency, or an amount of United States money that is equivalent to a certain value of gold or a specific United States coin or currency. We can speculate that it's talking about Federal Reserve notes. Let's see. Let's find a picture of a $1 bill in 2023. It says United States. Now let's see if United States coin versus Federal Reserve note. United States currency. How dare they? The difference between a United States note and a Federal Reserve note is that a United States note represents a bill of credit. Um, a U.S. note, a Federal Reserve note. I'm looking for U.S. currency versus Federal Reserve currency. Let's see if we can. No, it's not reserve currency and currency. Reserve currency is a foreign currency? I know they didn't just say that. We ain't gonna go through the rabbit hole or nothing. We ain't gonna go down the rabbit hole at all. We just want to keep it right on the surface. Just forget you saw that. Don't even look at it. Okay, so um, I don't know. Somebody tell me. United States coin and currency, including Federal Reserve notes. Okay. Okay, period. I will I will take it. Did you see it? You might have missed it. This is a it's a .org. It's not even .gov. Legal tender states. United States coin and currency, including Federal Reserve notes. Okay, so well, but there's still that little tidbit. Gold clause refers to a part of a legal agreement that allows the person owed money, the creditor, to request payment in the following forms. So creditors cannot request gold, cannot request a specific type of United States coin or currency. Creditors cannot request an amount that is equivalent to a certain value of gold. So that's crazy. You might want to save that. We are looking at 31 USC 5118. But this paragraph does not apply to an obligation issued after October 27th, 1977. And that paragraph states an obligation issued containing a gold clause or governed by a gold clause is discharged on payment in United States coin or currency that is legal tender in the time of payment. Okay. Well, discharged on payment. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. But we did find some gems though, didn't we? But I'm not seeing it. Um let's see if we can find discharge. There's only one mention of discharge, and that's sir. I'm gonna have to
Did you
call
know
bullshit. All right, let's go to the next one.
that after you file a UCC1 form and set up a foreign trust account after you've authenticated your birth certificate, you have full access to House Joint Resolution 192 and Public Law 7310 for the discharge of debts? Those are the six infinity stones for you to just snap away your problems. You're welcome. So that per 12 USC know that per 12 USC 1431, banks can't actually charge all debts, and it doesn't even have to be in legal tender anymore. And did you know that after you file a UCC1 form and set up a foreign trust account after you've authenticated your birth certificate, you have full access to House Joint Resolution 192 and Public Law 7310 for the discharge of debts? Those are the six infinity stones for you to just snap away your problems. You're welcome. Know that per 12 USC.
Okay, what is the purpose of a UCC1 form? It is a legal document that a creditor files to secure their interest in a borrower's property or assets used as collateral for a loan. What did he say it was for?
One form and set up a foreign trust account after you've authenticated.
Set up a foreign trust account after you've authenticated your birth certificate. Let's talk about birth certificate authentication really quick. Rule 702. Okay. Is it 702 or is it 902? It's 902. Please. Um, Rule 902. Evidence that is self-authenticating. A seal purporting to be that of the United States, any state, district, commonwealth, territory, insular possession, the former Panama Canal Zone, the trust territory of the Pacific Islands, a political subdivision of any of these entities. That's your townships, your boroughs, your cities, or department, agency, or officer of any entity named above. The following items are of evidence are self-authenticating. They require no extrinsic evidence of authenticity in order to be admitted. Hmm? Domestic public documents that are sealed and signed. Domestic public documents that are not sealed but are signed and certified. Foreign public documents. Certified copies of public records. Official publications, newspapers, and periodicals. So I just want you to know that your birth certificate is already self-authenticated. Okay. What did he say about the UCC1 form?
Have to be in legal tender anymore.
That's
And
a
did you
lie.
know that after you file a UCC1 form and set up a foreign trust account after you've authenticated your birth certificate, you have full access to House Joint Resolution 192?
House Joint Resolution 192. Let's read it. Here's the resolution. 192. To assure uniform value to the coins and currencies of the United States, whereas the holding of or dealing in gold affect the public interest and are therefore subject to proper regulation and restriction, and whereas the existing emergency has disclosed that provisions of obligations which purport to give the obligee a right to require payment in gold or a particular kind of coin and currency of the United States or in an amount in money of the United States measured thereby obstruct the power of Congress to regulate the value of money from the United States and are inconsistent with the declared policy of the Congress to maintain at all times the equal power of every dollar coined or issued by the United States in the markets and payment of the debts. Now, therefore be it resolved by the Senate and House of Representatives of the United States in Congress assembled. Every provision contained in or made with respect to any obligation which purports to give the creditor, obligee, a right to require payment in gold or an amount of money of the United States measured thereby is declared to be against public policy, and no such provision shall be contained in or made with respect to any obligation hereafter incurred. See, it says payments to be made in legal tender, coin or currency. Yeah. Let's keep reading. Every obligation heretofore hereafter incurred, whether or not any such provision is contained therein or made with respect thereto, shall be discharged upon payment, dollar for dollar, in any coin or currency, which at the time of payment is legal tender for public and private debts. Any such provision contained in law authorizing obligations to be issued under the authority of the United States is hereby repealed. But the repeal of any such provision shall not invalidate any other provision or authority contained in such law. As used in this resolution, the term obligation means an obligation, including every obligation of and to the United States, excepting currency, payable in money of the United States. And the term coin or currency means coin or currency of the United States, including Federal Reserve notes and circulating notes of Federal Reserve banks and national banking associations. Section 2, the last sentence of paragraph 1, subsection B of section 43 of the Act, entitled An Act to Relieve Existing National Economic Emergency by increasing agricultural purchasing power to raise revenue for extraordinary purposes incurred by blah 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 all coins and currencies of the United States, including Federal Reserve notes and circulating notes of Federal Reserve banks and national banking associations, heretofore hereafter coined or issued, shall be legal tender for all debts, public and private, public charges, taxes, duties, and dues, except that gold coins. When produced, oh, except that gold coins, when below the standard weight and limit of tolerance provided by law for the single piece, shall be legal tender only at valuation in proportion to their actual weight. Now, what are we looking for? We will have access to HJR. I mean, I just got access to it. I don't know what he's talking about. It's not something that you get access to. I mean, you don't have to have an authenticated birth certificate and all this other stuff to pull up this law or resolution, rather, and show it to somebody. But what point are you going to be making showing this to anybody? What will be your point of doing that? It doesn't say that your bills are free, or it doesn't say that bills are prepaid. This is just confirming that gold is no longer in circulation. And now we have United States notes, which are legal tender for all public and private debts.
You have full access to House Joint Resolution 192 and Public Law 7310 for the discharge of debts. Those are the 6 infinity stones for you to just snap away your problems. You're welcome. Know that per 12 USC.
Yeah, we just gonna snap away our problems with this bullshit. Come on. Y'all better quit listening to these people. It really ain't law. It's just a resolution coming from public law. But okay. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry if it took so long, but these people just be reading these codes off. They don't be reading the damn code. We ain't even get through the whole damn code. We still got to read federal home loan section, But we'll leave that for another video. All right, you guys, have a blessed day. Thank you. Thank you. If you need any of these documents, let me know in the comments.